dollars in bonuses for Wall Street, or help banks finance takeovers of their rivals. Well, a group of lawmakers say they want to make sure that doesn't happen. They want to know exactly what the $700 billion bailout plan will rescue. One of them, Pete Hoekstra, Michigan congressman, on the phone now. Sir, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bill.
What's your worry about this?
Well, I mean, my worry is we've just infused, and we're in the process of putting $700 billion into the financial system. These these companies now need to recognize they are a creature of the Washington bureaucracy, and a whole set of new rules apply. They can't be given big bonuses to their executives. They can't be using this for structural positioning of their companies. This money has to go in to ease the credit markets, get money back on Main Street, and hopefully they learn we don't like being a creature of Washington. We're going to do everything we can to get this money back to the federal government as quickly as possible, and we become independent companies again.
Spell out exactly what you think the bank should use this money for.
They need to use this money to ease the financial markets, to recapitalize themselves so that they can get their ratios in the banks properly aligned. That means that when consumers are coming into the banks, they can get their mortgages. There's money available for car loans and those types of things, not money to go out and buy other banks and to restructure their businesses for a competitive edge.
Well, do you think is there evidence that that's what they're doing?
Well, there have been a number of press reports. Our leader in the House, John Boehner, earlier this week sent a letter to the White House, sent a letter to Paulson and saying, hey, excuse me, is this money being used for bonuses? We do know that the money is being used for acquisitions. The bank in Pennsylvania, PNC, just bought National City. And, I think that's a dangerous precedent that we are now using taxpayer monies to structurally give an advantage to certain banks over other banks. I know that there are people within National City who believe that they could have survived, but that because PNC got an infusion of taxpayer dollars, it put PNC in the position where they could go out and buy National City.
Well, who's kidding who on this, though? I mean, didn't you think this was a possibility before it was passed?
Well, sure. I mean, these things are. This is why the bill went down the first time, because there wasn't enough oversight and there wasn't enough transparency. But, as we met with Paulson, it was very, very clear what he intended the money to be used for. This was not one of the things that he outlined to us. It's also why, we put in place a process that the White House didn't get all of the money at one time, and, he's getting it in chunks. If he doesn't put in better oversight, what will happen is they won't get the next chunk of money because they have not used the first chunk the way that they've told us that they were going to.
A stopgap measure. By the way, to our viewers at home, starting this week, $125 billion of that rescue plan is going toward 9 of the largest banks in the nation. So, sir, thank you for your time. I'm seeing Sarah.